This vegetable raises stroke risk overnight. You won't want to miss the final habit, or 99% will miss the last tip and will stuck with that for life. When you're over 60, you might settle down for the night after a dinner that felt perfectly healthy, perhaps a fresh salad, some carefully steamed vegetables. You might even feel a sense of accomplishment, having made choices you believe are good for you. But what if, come morning, something feels distinctly off? Perhaps your speech is suddenly slurred, an arm feels unexpectedly weak, or you wake up with a disorienting wave of dizziness. It's common for people to point fingers at the usual suspects: greasy fried foods, sugary treats. Yet the surprising reality is that sometimes these concerning symptoms can be triggered by a vegetable you've always considered protective. Yes, a vegetable, one that has been lauded for years as a boon for heart health and brain function. However, once you pass 60, it can quietly and dangerously elevate your stroke risk, sometimes even while you sleep. This is a pattern seen repeatedly in observations of older individuals. Foods that once supported your body in your 40s may begin to have adverse effects in your 70s, particularly when they interact with common medications or are consumed at the wrong time of day. But there is truly good news. You don't need to approach food with apprehension. You simply need to cultivate a deeper understanding of how your body, as it ages, processes food differently. In the discussion that follows, we will unveil 9 prevalent vegetables that could subtly increase stroke risk if you are over 60. And more importantly, we'll explain how you can continue to enjoy them safely. Make sure you stay engaged until the very end, because the final vegetable we discuss is a staple in the weekly diet of many seniors, and it might indeed pose the greatest danger of all. Let's begin with a vegetable you likely consider a cherished ally, yet it can quietly transform into a hidden threat to your brain after 60. This is the case for spinach. For decades, spinach has been universally praised as one of the healthiest foods on earth, celebrated for being rich in iron, magnesium, and a spectrum of powerful antioxidants. However, once you reach the age of 60, this celebrated superfood can subtly shift its role from friend to potential foe if it's not consumed with an understanding of your body's changing needs. The primary concern lies with oxalates, which are natural compounds found abundantly in spinach that have a tendency to bind with calcium. In younger adults, healthy kidneys effortlessly filter and flush these oxalate calcium complexes out of the body. But as we age, kidney function naturally slows down, blood vessels often stiffen, and many seniors regularly take calcium or vitamin D supplements for various health reasons. When these factors align, oxalates and calcium can combine to form minute calcium oxalate crystals directly within the bloodstream. Over an extended period, these microscopic crystals can accumulate, gradually narrowing the delicate small arteries that supply blood to your brain. Imagine sand slowly clogging a thin pipe. The effect on blood flow is similar. This gradual constriction leads to weakened blood flow and reduced oxygen delivery to crucial brain tissue. In such conditions, even a small clot can easily form, potentially triggering a silent stroke, which often occurs without immediate symptoms, sometimes overnight. This revelation doesn't mean you should eliminate spinach from your diet entirely. It simply emphasizes that your body processes it differently once you're past 60. To continue enjoying spinach safely, consider consuming it earlier in the day, perhaps at breakfast or lunch, when your body is more active and efficient at processing its compounds. Furthermore, try to avoid frequently pairing large amounts of spinach with calcium or vitamin D supplements in the same meal, as this can exacerbate the issue. It's also always a good practice to consult with a healthcare professional if you have pre-existing kidney or heart conditions, as they can offer personalized dietary guidance. Spinach undeniably remains a powerhouse of essential nutrients. However, after 60, its consumption comes with certain guidelines. Adhering to these guidelines ensures that spinach continues to protect your health. Ignoring them, however, might allow it to quietly work against your brain while you sleep. Next, let's consider another vegetable often lauded as a champion for heart health: broccoli. For decades, broccoli has been celebrated for its abundance of fiber, antioxidants, and vital vitamins that contribute significantly to immunity and overall longevity. However, for individuals over 60, broccoli can subtly introduce risks, not necessarily due to the vegetable itself, but because of its potential interactions with common medications that many seniors take. The key issue revolves around vitamin K, a nutrient essential for proper blood clotting. In younger individuals, this clotting function is generally beneficial and helps in wound healing. However, for seniors who are taking blood-thinning medications such as warfarin, Plavix, or even a daily aspirin regimen, consuming too much vitamin K can interfere significantly with their medication. This interference can disrupt the delicate balance of their blood, making it either too thick or, paradoxically, too thin. Maintaining this precise balance is crucial, as it can be the critical difference between stable, healthy circulation and a heightened risk of stroke. The true danger often stems from inconsistency in intake. For instance, eating a substantial amount of broccoli one week and then none the next can cause fluctuations in your medication levels without you even realizing it. You might not experience any noticeable symptoms until your blood pressure suddenly spikes, or your blood becomes too thin to clot effectively. To ensure safety, the recommendation is to maintain a consistent rather than extreme intake of broccoli. There's no need to completely remove it from your diet. Simply avoid sudden drastic changes in the quantity you consume. Furthermore, always make it a point to inform your healthcare provider about your regular dietary habits, including your vegetable intake, so they can safely adjust your medication dosage as needed. Broccoli can certainly continue to protect your heart and brain health, but after 60, it must be consumed with a mindful balance and a keen awareness of your overall health regimen. A little consistency in your dietary choices goes a long way toward maintaining steady and strong circulation, safeguarding your future well-being. Now let's turn our attention to romaine lettuce, a common component of what many seniors perceive as a light, healthy dinner. A crisp salad with romaine feels like an ideal choice. Low in calories, easy on the digestive system, and gentle on the heart. Yet, what many don't realize is that romaine lettuce, particularly when consumed late in the evening, can quietly elevate stroke risk overnight. The reason for this lies in romaine's natural properties. Romaine acts as a natural diuretic, meaning it encourages your body to release water. In younger adults, this diuretic effect is usually negligible and causes no concern. However, after the age of 60, several physiological changes occur. Your kidneys process fluids more slowly, your blood vessels can become stiffer, and your body's thirst signals often weaken. You might not consciously feel dehydrated, yet your blood can become subtly thicker as you sleep. Thicker blood flows more sluggishly through aging arteries, making it easier for small clots to form. This risk is further compounded if you are also taking blood pressure medications or other diuretics. The solution isn't to eliminate salads from your diet, it's to approach them with greater awareness of timing. Enjoy your romaine lettuce salads at lunch or earlier in the day when your hydration levels are generally stronger and your circulation is more robust. If you do choose to consume greens in the evening, make sure to drink a small glass of water alongside them. This simple step can significantly help in maintaining optimal blood flow throughout the night. Romaine lettuce undeniably supports both heart and digestive health. However, after 60, the timing of its consumption becomes paramount. Eaten at an inappropriate time, it might quietly place strain on your brain and circulatory system. Conversely, when consumed thoughtfully and at the right moment, romaine lettuce remains the refreshing and beneficial ally it is intended to be for your overall health and well-being. Understanding this subtle distinction can make a significant difference in how you manage your daily diet for long-term health. Let's now consider raw carrots, widely regarded as one of the healthiest snacks available. They are crunchy, delightfully low in calories, and abundantly loaded with beta-carotene, which is well known for supporting eye health. However, for older adults, particularly those over the age of 60, consuming raw carrots at an inopportune time can subtly create issues for both circulation and brain health. The explanation for this phenomenon lies in how raw carrots are digested. They release their natural sugars into the bloodstream quite rapidly. In younger individuals, the body typically manages this sudden sugar spike with ease. But in seniors, especially those who may have prediabetes, established diabetes, or a naturally slower metabolism, this rapid sugar surge can initiate an unwelcome chain reaction. Blood sugar levels can spike dramatically, only to crash significantly during the overnight hours while you sleep. This nocturnal drop in blood sugar prompts an increase in stress hormones, such as cortisol and adrenaline. These hormones, in turn, cause your blood vessels to tighten and your blood pressure to rise, precisely when your body should be in a state of restful recovery. When this effect is combined with even mild dehydration, your blood can become thicker than usual. This creates an ideal scenario for the formation of small clots, which can then reduce the vital blood flow to your brain. The corrective measure is remarkably straightforward. Simply avoid consuming raw carrots on their own, especially late in the evening. Instead, enjoy them earlier in the day and pair them thoughtfully with sources of protein or healthy fats. Excellent companions include hummus, various nuts, or yogurt, as these pairings help to slow down the absorption of sugars and contribute to more stable energy levels throughout the day. Carrots undeniably remain a fantastic source of essential vitamins and powerful antioxidants. Just remember that after 60, even the healthiest foods require careful timing and a sense of balance in your diet. Daytime carrots tend to support and heal your body, while nighttime carrots, under specific circumstances, can quietly pose a subtle harm to your system. Moving on, we come to garlic, a venerable ingredient praised for centuries as one of nature's most potent healers. It is widely recognized for its ability to help lower blood pressure, bolster heart health, and significantly boost the immune system. Yet, after the age of 60, especially for those individuals who are currently taking blood-thinning medications, garlic can subtly cross a critical line, transitioning from a protective agent to a potential source of danger. The reason for this lies in garlic's inherent properties. Garlic is a natural blood thinner. It contains compounds like allicin and various sulfur compounds that are known to reduce blood clotting and promote freer blood flow throughout the body. While this is generally beneficial, it becomes problematic if you are already on prescribed blood thinners such as warfarin, clopidogrel, or even a daily low-dose aspirin. When garlic's natural thinning properties combine with these prescription medications, your blood can become excessively thin. This can leave the delicate blood vessels in your brain particularly vulnerable to bleeding. The potential consequences can range from symptoms like dizziness, unusual bruising, or frequent nosebleeds, to more severe outcomes such as a hemorrhagic stroke in extreme cases. The recommended approach isn't to eliminate garlic from your diet entirely, but rather to use it judiciously and wisely. It's advisable to skip concentrated garlic supplements unless they have been explicitly approved by your healthcare provider. Instead, stick to consuming small amounts of garlic incorporated into cooked meals. Cooking garlic tends to temper its potent blood-thinning capabilities and also makes it easier on the stomach for many individuals. It's crucial to remain vigilant for any early indicators that your blood might be becoming too thin, such as unexplained bruising, persistent headaches, or unusual fatigue. Should you notice any of these signs, it's important to adjust your intake with the guidance of your healthcare professional. Garlic truly remains a remarkable gift from nature. However, after 60, it should be regarded and treated much like a medicine. Used correctly, it can effectively strengthen your heart. Used carelessly, however, it can quietly endanger your brain while you are unaware. Our next focus is on onions, a staple in many cuisines, which are known to be packed with a wealth of antioxidants and compounds that offer significant heart protection. They are recognized for helping to lower cholesterol levels, combat inflammation throughout the body, and even support healthy blood circulation. However, for seniors over 60, particularly those managing blood pressure or taking blood-thinning medications, onions can subtly induce issues if consumed in large quantities or at an inappropriate time of day. The core reason behind this lies in a compound known as quercetin. Quercetin naturally possesses properties that can widen blood vessels, thereby helping to lower blood pressure. While this effect is beneficial in moderation, it becomes potentially risky when combined with prescription medications that are already designed to achieve the same outcome. For older adults, this synergistic effect can cause blood pressure to drop excessively, leading to a reduction in the vital oxygen delivery to the brain. This can make symptoms like dizziness, fatigue, or confusion more prevalent. During the overnight hours, when natural hydration levels typically decrease and blood flow inherently slows, this combination can inadvertently create conditions ripe for a mild stroke or even a fainting episode. To safeguard your health, It's advisable to enjoy onions primarily as a flavor enhancer rather than making them the main component of your dish. Cooking onions, rather than eating them raw, helps to reduce the potency of quercetin, as heat diminishes its strength. It is also wise to avoid heavy, onion-rich meals late at night, a time when your circulation naturally slows down, making you more susceptible to their effects. Additionally, maintaining consistent hydration throughout the day is crucial. If you are currently on medication for blood pressure or circulation issues, it's important to inform your healthcare provider about your typical onion intake. Even minor dietary adjustments, when made in consultation with a professional, can significantly impact your well-being. Onions remain an invaluable part of a healthy diet, but after 60, their consumption requires a mindful balance. A measured amount can enhance flavor and provide protective benefits, but too much, or consuming them at the wrong time, can quietly strain your brain and circulatory system. Let's now consider corn. For many seniors, corn evokes a sense of comfort and familiarity. Whether it's corn on the cob, a warm bowl of grits, or a comforting spoonful of corn soup, it often feels innocent and harmless. However, there's a crucial truth most people overlook. From a nutritional perspective, corn behaves more like a starch than a traditional vegetable, and after the age of 60, this distinction carries significant implications for your health. When you consume corn, your body rapidly converts its natural sugars into glucose. This rapid conversion leads to noticeable spikes in blood sugar, much like the effect of consuming white bread. For seniors whose insulin response might be slower or whose circulation is already weaker, this roller coaster effect of spiking and crashing blood sugar can subtly elevate the risk of stroke and place additional strain on the heart. These sudden surges in blood sugar, followed by abrupt drops, compel your body to release stress hormones such as cortisol and adrenaline. These hormones, in turn, cause blood vessels to constrict, thicken your blood, and thus create an ideal environment for clots to form, particularly overnight. The solution isn't to permanently eliminate corn from your diet. Rather, it's to consume it more intelligently. Avoid eating corn late at night when your body is less active and you might be more prone to dehydration. Instead, pair it thoughtfully with protein or healthy fats such as eggs, avocado, or beans to effectively slow down the absorption of sugar into your bloodstream. Furthermore, consider corn as an occasional side dish rather than a daily staple in your diet. Opt for fresh corn on the cob over processed versions like cornflakes or cornmeal, as processed corn digests even faster and causes sharper spikes in blood sugar. While corn may taste simple and sweet, after 60, your body processes it quite differently. With the right balance and timing, you can certainly continue to enjoy it, just not as often or as late in the day as you might have in your younger years. Mindful consumption can help you reap its enjoyable taste without the hidden risks. Next, we explore asparagus, a vegetable frequently perceived as clean, light, and elegant, often featured prominently in healthy meal plans. However, once you are over 60, this sophisticated side dish can quietly introduce risks to your circulatory system, particularly if consumed at an inappropriate time of day. This is because asparagus possesses natural diuretic properties, meaning it stimulates your body to release excess water. For younger adults, this effect is generally benign and poses no threat. However, for seniors, this diuretic action can lead to overnight dehydration, which in turn can cause your blood to become thicker and your circulation to slow down. This effect is especially pronounced when combined with blood pressure medications or other diuretic drugs. Thicker blood, moving sluggishly through arteries that may already be showing signs of aging, significantly increases the risk of small clots forming. These clots can then potentially block the vital flow of oxygen to your brain while you are asleep. The remedy for this is quite simple. Avoid consuming asparagus late at night. Instead, enjoy it during lunch or an early dinner when you are more likely to be actively hydrating and remaining active. It's also beneficial to drink extra water or consume hydrating foods such as cucumbers or melon alongside your asparagus meal. Furthermore, if you are currently taking medications for blood pressure or kidney function, it is prudent to inquire with your healthcare professional whether asparagus might amplify the effects of these drugs. Asparagus is still undoubtedly rich in essential vitamins and powerful antioxidants that offer protection for your heart and skin. However, much like many other healthy Foods, its benefits after the age of 60, are closely tied to proper timing and a balanced approach to consumption. Eating it earlier in the day and ensuring you stay well hydrated allows you to continue enjoying its numerous health benefits without incurring the hidden overnight risks that might otherwise affect your circulation and brain health. Finally, we arrive at tomatoes, often celebrated as the quintessential symbol of healthy eating. They are typically viewed as light, refreshing, and absolutely brimming with beneficial antioxidants. However, after the age of 60, this common kitchen staple can subtly contribute to circulation problems that, quite alarmingly, can mimic the symptoms of a stroke. Tomatoes belong to the nightshade family of plants, which naturally contain compounds such as histamines, tyramines, and solanine. These compounds have the potential to trigger inflammatory responses, unpredictably constrict or dilate blood vessels, and even interfere with delicate nerve signaling. For aging brains and blood vessels, which are often more fragile, these effects can manifest as dizziness, headaches, or a sensation of numbness that bears an unsettling resemblance to early signs of a stroke. Furthermore, the inherent acidity found in tomatoes can impact your electrolyte balance, potentially depleting crucial minerals like calcium and magnesium. These minerals are absolutely vital for stable nerve and muscle function throughout the body. When tomatoes are consumed in large quantities, especially during the evening hours, this can lead to fluctuations in blood pressure and disrupt normal circulation during sleep. This does not mean you must completely abandon tomatoes from your diet. Instead, consider cooking them gently, as heat can help to reduce solanine levels and simultaneously make beneficial antioxidants like lycopene more bioavailable to your body. It is also advisable to avoid heavy tomato-based meals right before bedtime. Instead, opt to enjoy them earlier in the day. To help balance the acidity, pair tomatoes with foods rich in magnesium, such as pumpkin seeds or spinach. Tomatoes remain a valuable source of heart-protective nutrients. However, after 60, their consumption is best approached with moderation, careful timing, and a keen awareness of how your unique body responds. Enjoy them wisely, and they will continue to serve as a beneficial ally, rather than becoming a silent trigger for potential health concerns. After learning about these 9 common vegetables and their subtle hidden risks, it's perfectly natural to feel a sense of surprise, perhaps even a slight uneasiness. For most of our lives, we have been consistently told that vegetables are, without exception, always good for us, and fundamentally, that truth holds. However, once you pass the significant milestone of 60, your body undergoes profound changes. Your kidneys begin to filter substances more slowly, your blood vessels can become thinner and more delicate, and your hydration needs shift quite dramatically. Even foods traditionally considered the healthiest can behave differently within an aging body. It's no longer simply about what you eat. It's critically important to consider when you eat it, how much you consume, and what other substances, including medications, you might be taking alongside it. A fresh salad enjoyed at lunchtime might effectively strengthen your system, but that very same salad consumed late at night could quietly thicken your blood or cause your blood pressure to drop excessively, creating unintended risks. Similarly, incorporating garlic into your cooking can genuinely protect your heart, but taking garlic supplements in conjunction with certain medications could dangerously thin your blood. The true keys to promoting longevity and maintaining vibrant health are timing, balance, and unwavering awareness. The empowering truth is that you are far from powerless in this journey. The more deeply you comprehend how your body functions, the greater control you gain over your own health trajectory. By implementing small, deliberate changes, such as consistently hydrating properly, adjusting the timing of your meals, and being consciously mindful of potential interactions with your medications, you can continue to savor and enjoy the foods you love without harboring unnecessary fear. Because ultimately, awareness isn't a form of restriction. It is, in fact, the ultimate freedom to make informed choices for your well-being. This information is provided for educational purposes only and should not be considered a substitute for professional medical advice. Every individual's health situation is unique, especially if you are taking prescription medications or managing chronic health conditions. Always consult with your personal doctor or a qualified healthcare provider before making any significant dietary changes or adjusting your supplement routine. Paying close attention to your body's signals and working collaboratively with your healthcare team remains the safest and most effective pathway toward achieving and maintaining long-term health and vitality. We have explored 9 prevalent vegetables today that could subtly increase your stroke risk if they are consumed incorrectly. This list ranges from common items like spinach and broccoli to beloved staples such as tomatoes and asparagus. Yet, it is crucial to remember that these foods are not your adversaries. When consumed at appropriate times, in moderate quantities, and with a keen awareness of your existing medications and hydration levels, they possess the continued ability to protect your brain and fortify your body. Now, we are genuinely interested in hearing from you. Which of these revelations about vegetables surprised you the most? And more importantly, will you be adjusting how or when you choose to eat them moving forward? Please share your thoughts and experiences. Your personal story could very well provide valuable insight and assistance to another senior who is learning today. Remember, the choices you make about what you place on your plate today significantly influence the clarity, strength, and independence you will experience tomorrow. Stay sharp, stay safe, and crucially, stay vital. Because aging is not about inevitable decline. It's about informed and empowered living.